If this goes on for 10 years, what will happen? Hi there. I'm sure that you are aware of the coronavirus in China. Well, it just started a short while ago, and already it affects the Chinese and all of us because China is such an important economy in the world. And it is an important economy because China is trading all over the world. And no one today can imagine the world's economy without China. Now, just a few days of the coronavirus, and China suffer economic losses in the scale of billions. People are afraid to go to China. Chinese are not really welcome today in many places. So, for example, flights from China and out are limited today. That means bad business. Bad business is bad for the country, is bad for the world. Now, why is all this? Because think that this will continue for 1 year, one full year. What will happen to China? What will happen to the world? Furthermore, if this goes on for 10 years, what will happen? You cannot even start to imagine, right? And rightly. Okay. Now let me tell you that this situation is going on for decades for a continent. The African continent suffer from malaria and from other disease. Because of this, people are not eager to go and do business with Africans. I remember this case just a short while ago where the mission here to Israel from an African country, a very good one, very advanced country. And they came and they stood before us and they said, look, this is our country. This is the great things that we can offer. And it really looked good. But then as they finished talking about how good is the country, one of the guys in the audience, a businessman, stood up and said, I have a question. What is the situation of malaria in your country? That wasn't a good, it was a good question, but the answer was not good. And trust me, this guy is not going to start his company in Africa, in that country. Why? Because he doesn't want to risk his people. As long as there is malaria, he is not going to open a factory. He's not going to relocate his people. So 500 million people suffer from malaria today in Africa. It's not one day, it's not 10 years, it's for decades. And 1 million people die from malaria every year, right? In Africa only malaria. So just imagine what this does to the African economy and to the world economy. And think what will happen if we cure malaria. And what happens if we do not cure and solve the issue of the coronavirus in China and other places as well. Just some food to think about. Bye bye.